What is up?
Hey, this is actually, I was sitting here right now and be like, holy moly, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's gone down.
I mean, this is dramatic because we had to like sit here. You and I are just meeting today.
For the first time. Yeah.
We talked for the first time maybe 6 days ago.
Yeah.
And I know who you are. And you had been exposed to something that I had done, the interview with Coulter Jacobs. And we're both in this conversation immediately recognizing that it was flowing at a rapid pace.
Like we knew each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that we were like, oh my God, we found each other in this life kind of thing. It was where you're catching everybody, the friend up. And then we realized that it was going too far because we were going to talk in a week.
I think we said to each other probably like 4 times at least. They're like, okay, this will be and wrapping up. Yeah. And I looked at it and it was like 30 minutes and then 45. Okay, we can't keep going.
Yeah.
Like we have to buy like.
And then I start using phrases like, hey, I'm going to probably ask you to say this again on the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we'll bring up, exactly, which was kind of cool because those were really important ones where I'm like, I can't believe I just shared that with somebody. But also, I do, my mission as I've started as an artist is to keep talking about those things that I never really, like, that I kept experiencing, right? But I'm at a point now where I can, like, learn what I've gone through and also, like, talk about it kind of thing where it's okay, right? So it's fine. It's okay.
It takes the right space.
Yeah, exactly. Time, space. And that's one thing we actually got hooked on together was, like, this is kind of weird that this is happening all together because the way I found you, because I all I did if I was leave a comment and I had that moment of like, again, to kind of how I got brought into Kill Tony style was like, if I hadn't had done that, like we kind of wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah,
you know, I've never been to this area before. I wouldn't be like putting my feet on this like really cold, like moist ground. Like this is insane.
California grass.
This is crazy. Every time I've gone to California, we've been so like drawn and admired by the city life and the grunge. So we always stay downtown or Venice, Santa Monica, in those areas, you know what I mean, where we have access to going to the beach if we want, but then we come back home. Yeah. We literally just told each other, we're like, we're going to come back and stay here next time, like in this area, more secluded and kind of just like cook our own food and stuff. Cause man. Yeah.
That would be a good experience here. It's beautiful here and slow and it's a part of California that, you know, people think about California as like San Francisco, Los Angeles, you know, maybe Big Sur or something like that. But they don't think about like there's mountains,
the farms,
oceans,
seeing the people,
forests,
everything like that. It's insane.
It's incredible. It's an incredible spot to grow up. So we fell into a hole right away.
Immediately,
you know? And by the way, your comment. You're talking about the comment on the Coulter Jacobs
on
episode.
Instagram. Yeah, it was more like,
yeah.
So, and then what we had talked about then was the way I came across that comment was, so I've just been doing the leather joke books and playing with art. And I was like, let me start painting again. So I'm just the type of person where like the way I learn is I watch people do stuff or, you know, like Basquiat, Coulter Jacobs, especially just because I know he's in LA and that's somewhere I'd want to end up eventually. Like, to be able to like showcase something or just do, but huge inspiration of mine. So I love to go on YouTube and, you know, type his name in and find the videos that have obviously the most views, but I go as deep as I can to be like, where's the old stuff? Where's something that's like not really known? And the grunge of it, I was doing that for maybe 2.5 weeks. I swear, just sitting in my room, making these books and whatever I'm doing in this new apartment and like having to be like, okay, at the end of the day, your iPad's gonna be running with some Coulter Jacobs videos, and like, so I'm already following him on Insta. And then like that morning, I see your video come up where, he's in a podcast. Like, sweet, you? And I've seen you before pop up before, and I'm like,
trip.
Boom, there's those connections there, and I'm like, these two dudes are cool. Let me just be like, hey guys, like if you ever need like love is the author, if you ever need a journal to write in or like a sketchbook, just like huge fans, comment, walked away. And when I came back to check my phone, I was like, you responded? Like, I was so excited.
Well, I mean, I exploded because Kill Tony's been a show that my partner and I, for the last, through the pandemic, we're watching every day as a part of our mental health package.
Yeah.
Why we would watch it as a form of our mental health practice is because we both owned a rehab. and we were dealing with people's trauma every day. And, you know, the whole method of operation for me, helping people heal from what's happened to them, is sort of finding a way in life to be in on it rather than be victimized by it, like life circumstances. Like, be in on the joke, be in on at a certain point, like turn the darkest into something light. So that's been our method, and we're a middle path people. My partner and I, we just follow this middle path. We don't belong to any groups or anything like that, and we sort of think that anything that's valuable in this world needs to be able to like handle a joke, you know?
Yeah.
And be able to laugh at itself and be in on the joke. They're like, oh, you know, like me, I've been an easy target of people at first glance. Like, oh, this is like, I heard somebody call me a Timu Rick Rubin, you know?
Okay.
Right? That type of thing. And I'm in on the joke. Like, I'm not like,
you see the beauty in it. You're like, oh,
well, yeah,
thanks for saying that. I didn't see that. Now I can in my own way. Like,
but it makes sense. It just makes, like, there's a podcaster with a white beard. Here's another one, and it's a different
honestly,
variety.
Thank you for that compliment too, because like if that's the person you're comparing me to, then like they see something in it, right?
It's not a bad association.
No, it's like, holy moly, I actually like that guy too.
Totally.
I think I'm doing the right thing here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
puts you in that moment of just like, holy shit.
So I'm in on the joke in life, like how, you know, that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that not everybody's going to like me. And I'm not trying to be liked by everybody. And what I love about Kill Tony and why we've watched it is because everybody agrees from the start. This isn't like some bar with a open door that people can just wander into and go like, it's a talent show? Great, let me put my name in the bucket.
Yeah.
And like, wait, what? Why are you making fun of me so hard? Or like, you know, why are you roasting me?
Yeah.
It's not a casual thing. It's a very specific
Very
thing.
curated event.
Yeah, curated that's been going on for 12 years.
Yeah.
And you have to go out of your way
to find it and
to find it and sign up for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So everybody that's there is in on the joke. And so everybody that's there is like, they know
level.
how it goes.
Yeah,
you might do well, you might not, but it's equal. So, and also watching the amount of people who would never conventionally become stars. I'm talking about people with disabilities and, you know, can become an overnight sensation
immediately.
On the show. Yeah. And so it makes me feel good. I grew up going to kind of like gong show type stuff where like the weirder the better. And, you know, and everybody
like
was
formula, but no formula, please.
Yeah, and respect for even showing up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, mostly that, because that's actually kind of how I got drawn into like making something for the show. So I was just like at a point in my life where I was ending my taxidermy career.
And how long had that been going on?
I was doing taxidermy like for a certain company, maybe 5 years straight. And I kind of realized like, maybe I can do this on my own. Because every time I kind of bring up like, you know, can I try this? And the dude would be like, no, you can't do that. So I'd go home and try it and it'd work. And I'd be like, what's this whole like in the taxidermy realm, and I guess it's in every realm, you know, whoever's good at their shit, they don't really share their secrets, right? Like you don't want anybody to like find out what paint you use, or there's like this and there's a magic to that too, right? There's like, that's how I love, like, how did you get this piece of leather to like turn into whatever? And it's like, you got to try. Like that's how I've learned, is like you have to keep just trying whatever, right? So I tried almost every animal. Honestly, I had the opportunity to be around them through this company and then learn like, well, let me just try this on my own. So I ran my own, which is how I found Bonezeye. Like I got past the traditional like deer on the wall with hair and shit. I started like, what's underneath that? And I started just kind of doing articulations of their skeletons and being like, well, I have the skin, I have the bones. I'm sick and tired of seeing these people like shoot these things, throw them in the trash. I'd go at the end of the day and pick up like carcasses that were like trash, right? And it's like, there's a whole femur in there. There's like rib cage bones. So I started doing that by myself for about 3.5, 4 years straight. And while doing that, kind of like finishing up my bachelor's and figuring out like working 2 or 3 or 4 jobs and just living in that life. I was in New Braunfels, Texas at the time, kind of just exploring like the 2 to 3 job lifestyle. And then on the side, like marketplace and this. And it was natural to me to have all those things happening, because that's just how my brain was just like firing. You got to have 12 things going on at once style. And within the last 5 years of what I'm doing now, I've recently learned, like, dude, you got ADD, you got mad, like, trauma, like PTSD shit that I just, like, recently learned going through, like, ketamine therapy. But it's like, okay, slow down.
Yeah.
All these projects and all these things. Like, I stopped the taxidermy. Like, I lost a really good friend I was doing business with. He was on the drive back from picking up, like, all these mounts that I would restore from him. And he crashed and died. And I'm like, okay, well, that's the end of that. And before that, I had
How long ago was that?
This was like maybe.
Is this prior to Kill Tony?
This is like, I'm trying to think how many months before that. Maybe like
It was.
months before, 6 months before, or something like that.
Wow.
And I'm really bad with time now, because when I decided to do, I'm not going to do anything that doesn't make me happy. Then that's when I was like, I quit teaching. I quit like going out and applying for places. I quit, I still like pick up furniture and flip it because it's fun and do those kind of, whatever's fun for me. But I'm not like, I was really trying hard to like not go do the normal 9 to 5. And that was its own struggle for a while. Like, this is scary.
Where
like,
does the inspiration come even to do taxidermy as a young man? I mean, like, where does that come from to repurpose animals that are being disregarded, or the carcasses?
Yeah. Like, honestly,
a special
like
kind of person,
and honestly, I just finished watching some Jeffrey Dahmer shit, and I was
right.
really sitting there just like, oh my God, do I need to call my therapist right now? Like, do I need to hide from people? And I was like, hold on here. I like it on animal. When I cut myself, I'm faint, bro. I'm like, oh, like if it's bad enough blood, and I've cut myself several times where I'm like, this is a squirter, and I'm like, okay, somebody, and I'm like, I'm not here. I don't want to see that shit. Like, so I know I would never transfer that, but like,
so you're saying you're a bit of a sensitive person, and so you have
so sensitive. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
And so dealing with carcasses is
it's
not
so natural. It feels normal, and it feels like, well, let me see.
That? What is it
I don't
that
know.
transcends the?
I have no idea. It's just like, for some reason, since I remember I've walked this earth, it's been like hanging out with like cousins or whoever. I kind of grew up around orchards in South Texas. So like this shit's familiar, but seeing it at a massive scale like this, and then you see past that, and then there's mountains, like my brain can't really comprehend, but I'm so familiar. Like there's this weird familiarness, and they even call it like the valley where I'm from. And it's so close to like the valley. It's weird. It's like,
that's true.
The connection's so weird, but I'm glad I'm here now visiting this area and the time that I'm in now in my life, because like it all just presents itself at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm here because of what I went through and this, but it's just like ever since I can remember, like we went like just hanging out with cousins, and there was like a dead bird on the floor. Everyone would be like, ew. And I'd look at it and be like, okay, I probably shouldn't touch it because there's already awareness of like bacteria and things that go down. But I'm very fascinated with like, mostly when people say ew, and then when we're at a restaurant or something, and then there's one hanging, and they're like, "Aw, that's so cute." Or you go to the museum, and there's like the awe in that, and I'm like,
that's true.
Where did you lose the fucking connection of not realizing that the thing you're staring at right now in this museum was walking around at some point, and probably something on your body that you're wearing was from a piece of leather that was walking and shitting and drinking on this earth the same way we do. It's all the same, right? So like. That was like, as a young kid, like I was just very fascinated, of like very curious, and like even to the point where like I asked my mom recently, like, what's like the first thing that I was like really curious on? And they're like, they were building a house. I lived in Chicago when I was born in Chicago, but didn't live there long enough to say I'm a Chicago boy. I always say that the city was so windy that it blew me away. All the way to South Texas, which is fine because it's like by a beach. Anyways, I was in a good spot, and I
could do worse.
I like cold, but I don't like suffering in the cold. That shit is crazy, bro.
Oh yeah.
I like this, comfort. Like we couldn't do this in negative whatever, know.
No, it's
and
tough.
if we did, it'd be kind of cool though in its own way. But
we get street cred.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I kind of lost where I was going with that, but it's like
yeah. You're talking about well, tell me about Chicago. Tell me about the whole thing.
Okay, so like Chicago, growing up in South Texas.
Yeah, what was your home life like?
Home life, dude. My parents, they're both educators, they're teachers, and they've just been the most supportive ever since I can remember. Like, there's always just been like some sort of art involved or whatever. But like growing up for me, like to make me who I am now.
Yes,
it was just like at the beginning. the first thing that I kind of had to deal with growing up was learning how to walk. So I was born pigeon-toed, as they say, right?
Yeah.
What's the medical term? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's
People
just
don't say pigeon-toed anymore or something. I never hear it.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not offending anybody who has pigeon-toed,
The
but I got
pigeon-toed
it too,
community.
boy. Yeah.
We
Look at these
apologize
bad
to the
boys.
pigeon-
But yeah, so growing up with that, I just remember very young having to wear the Forrest Gump things. Like I had
Oh, the
full metal
braces.
braces with plastic fucking feet. And like from my bedroom to the kitchen to the bath, anywhere I would walk as a kid, the doctor had like my parents put footprint stickers. So I would like put my foot there and just practice walking. And like my feet like were like this, like, you know, really hardcore. So there's a point of growing up with this. And I remember like hurting on the sides and just kind of like always just very uncomfortable. Like, fuck, you know?
What's the therapy for that?
Honestly, it was worrying. Like now it's probably so much more different. They probably wouldn't put those things on you. But at the time, I guess as an adult now, I'm learning like that's probably just the shit that my parents were like the insurance was available for type thing, you know, like whatever it was just like what I know about it now. They put the braces on you and you kind of just like learn to walk and change your posture and a lot of physical therapy and a lot of exercise. Because I think what I'm noticing now as an adult, if I don't keep maintaining, I kind of go back into like rubber band, like fetal position mode. And I'm like, no, when I do yoga, I feel like I'm the tallest person in the world. You know, it's like, that's why I'm like,
You're meant to expand in this
exactly.
life.
I'm like, it makes so much more sense why I have to keep doing that, you know?
Take a break to drink of water, man. We should, hey, everybody take a break to drink some water right now. You know you haven't been drinking of water today.
Yeah, this is just from
You know
today.
you haven't. You know.
You know, and you know. So it's like,
I'm going to do the same.
yeah. So
That's wild. So what's it like growing up as somebody with those? Would it be considered a disability?
So that's kind of how it felt after I started noticing, like dealing with it growing up in my house. My parents were so supportive, and my cousins were never really like mean and stuff. They were always like actually very surprised that. So my parents kept saying like, you were riding a bike before, like right when you learned how to walk, you're already jumping on shit. Like I would been just moving, right? Like I walked, I think before a year. And it's just like my mom just kind of says now, it's just really crazy. Like when you're in Chicago, I had, what is it when like the babies have to like be next to the sun a lot.
Next to the sun?
Like, yeah, like I think it's, I don't remember. It's like
it's some deficiency where they have to have a certain amount of vitamin D.
Yeah,
going all
the
the
vitamin D deficiency kind of style. So like in Chicago, she was like, it was kind of crazy because it was like, she was new to that, but being in the snow and the cold and like, she's like, the only spot was like by a window kind of area and you would put your little crib right there and you kind of just, jaundice. There we go.
I was born with jaundice.
Yeah. So, and I know
3 weeks in an incubator from the moment I was born.
And not a lot of people are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm learning like, that's just very special walking into. And then my feet were the next thing I learned as a kid. It was like, this is like not, I don't feel normal, you know? And it wasn't until like school and stuff and coaches and was like, you know, I started learning like, mostly it was when I got put onto Forrest Gump.
Wow.
That movie
dude,
to me everybody I knew was just like, oh, Crooked Feet, Forrest Gump, you love that movie.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I've seen it so many times with you guys because you guys make that connection with me and it.
Wow.
I see it and I get inspired by it. I mean, it's a great fucking movie,
You're being
right?
used for their empathy cultivation.
And I thank you. Yeah, and I'm like, at the same time, I hate chocolate. So, bro, I'm not even kidding. Like, my mom and my dad and everybody in my family are they love sweets and shit, right?
Yeah.
And like, my mom said when I had you, I would look at chocolate and throw up. Like, I could not touch it.
Whoa.
Only child. Like,
Yeah.
and I have an older sister and 2 younger brothers. So,
Yeah.
she tried a couple times, right?
And
She
did you end up liking the foods that she really liked? Do you know about those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was like, honestly, while living in Chicago, she was like, there was this fried chicken place I used to go to a lot.
Yeah.
And like, I only do that when I had you. And I was like, I love fried chicken and things like that, you know, like
Yeah.
everything, like very, very big foodie.
I wonder
like,
if that place is still there.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Have you eaten there?
Yes.
Oh,
I had those
sick.
jumbo fried shrimp and chicken plates that they were, I was like, can we go have that? You know,
Yeah.
like, what
know,
are you
my-
guys talking about?
My ex-wife and I were trying to get pregnant almost immediately, and we kept having miscarriages, and we were both longtime vegetarians. And I by fate, after one of these miscarriages, I heard some news story about Courtney Cox that she had been a vegan and hadn't been able to conceive, and then started eating meat. and was able to conceive. And like her body needed a certain kind of, protein
Vitamin
or whatever.
or something.
Yeah, vitamin or whatever. And because for her body and certain bodies, it says like, well, this is a safe place to do our deal, to grow a human,
Yeah.
And so I read that story and I convinced my wife, I was like, we got to eat meat. And I went to this chicken place and it'd been forever. It'd been 12 years for me, I think.
Wow.
And I think an equal amount of time for her. And we ate chicken.
Like chicken breast, right?
It was like kebab. It was like a shawarma.
Oh, okay.
A dope shawarma place. Shout out to, it's not there anymore actually, but well, I tried to take my son last week because I'm like, hey,
this is the spot.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the spot that did it.
Let me show you what I showed myself.
Yeah,
and it's
totally.
not there.
Yeah, and when I pitched it to him too, to his credit, he's really funny. I was like, hey, let's go to this chicken spot. I've never taken you, but we ate this chicken and then we conceived you that month.
Yeah.
And he goes, nah. And I was like, why not? And he goes, I don't want my dinner to be deep tonight.
Oh, wow. I mean, what a awesome answer, though.
I know.
That's fucking
like
crazy.
Somebody who knows himself.
Yeah,
Like, no,
I mean,
I'm just
to
trying
have that
some, like,
choice.
casual, not like this is the.
And
I'm always
you
looking for
are
the
the
this is
chicken.
the.
Yeah.
I'm always doing that thing in life. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going like, let's keep it chill. You've done
Wow,
that.
bro.
But anyway, so we were able to conceive eating chicken, and not only that, but
I love that answer so much,
dude, and I actually felt like a drug eating chicken. For whatever reason, my brain, I'm not. This is just my experience. It's not. I'm not even trying to be pro anything, but I ate the chicken and it felt like my body had been missing something for years.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
Totally. Yeah, I vibe with that so much. Like anywhere I travel, like I haven't visited like home, but when I'm in the car by myself, I'm gonna drive by, the many like spots that we all like have and we all learn from, and then you either kind of stay or you move or whatever it is that's right for you at that moment. But like I do like going back and visiting and like seeing like this is what I went through here, and then you get that random smell and you're like,
yes.
And I mean, honestly, it's so insane like what happens to us like with music and with like the feeling and touch and like the connection, what we're being like a lot of people are being like super separated from right now. It's insane.
With the digital world, you mean?
Yeah. It's like we're always kind of like looking down, and I'm
yeah.
like I'm a slave to it right now too, to be able to like connect with my fans and people.
Sure.
I kind of learned how to like navigate it all on my own because it's just been a very unique style, like giving journals away to people, But like I feel like it's just like just part of like my story. So like growing up with the crooked feet, like learning like, oh well, I'm a little different is the thing. So very young, just learning that. But like
was there bullying or anything?
Oh yeah, and like so like by 4 or 5, already knowing that like there's something up, but I'm like really good at a lot of shit. My dad bought me a drum set, and I was already just jamming by 4 or 5. Yeah,
like past life type shit.
Yeah,
that good.
Yeah,
kinda?
Yeah. My great grandfather. I'm the 4th generation of like a professional musician lineage kind of style. Like
dope.
And my grandpa's still playing sax to this day. Just rocking it, bro. Like studio and shit. Like he's well known in Mexico.
Nice.
But my dad noticed.
Are you first
early,
generation or are your parents first generation? Or
yeah, first. Yeah. So like, I mean, my mom like crossed the river type shit to get here. Yeah, she got her like what is it, the like paperwork when like she was already a teacher and stuff and had to go do that, whatever that test is, because I'm like you, I'm that middle ground where like I don't like what I see and I'm gonna just stay in my own shit.
Totally.
I'll vibe and I'll meet the people that I need to at some point. Like for you, for example,
I'm
don't know how
every day.
I don't know how I knew I would meet you, but I also like didn't know, and I love that.
Right.
So like just like we at the beginning, what kept us on the phone for a lot of time was like the fact that you can kind of like see and know the people who are like special in a way, right? Like we're all special, but like you got some people just got the sauce in a way, right? And like recently from what I've built, I've just recently just starting to see and accept and kind of like I'm still like I don't know what it is like to be like the happy of what success like is in everybody's head. Like oh, when I have the blah 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 the da da da, and it's like it never fucking ends, bro. And it's kind of just like right now I want to find some comfort with myself. Like being sober for 5 years wasn't like a immediate decision of like, well, I'm gonna quit drinking, because I started drinking probably around 6.
Whoa.
Was my first blackout.
Fuck.
And it was like at an uncle's barbecue. I got left there, like, as, you know, just whatever.
What's your take on that? What's, you know, is that environment for you? Was it watching other people do it and being curious for long enough? Or is it pain-based that is there an association with, oh, the relief is there at 6? Like what causes you to drink and to black out?
I was hanging out with my cousins, which were my sister and like my other cousin and another girl. So it was like us in the room playing. We were playing like Barbie and shit, like, and it was fun.
Yeah,
and
Barbie's drunk all the time.
I actually try to write a bit about this because, like you were saying at the beginning, like, so the bit is if I hadn't had been stopped playing Barbies and drawn into this, what like masculinity version is of a man in the like Mexican culture, like you gotta be a man, no puedes ser, like all that bullshit. That's like, does that really make a man, bro? Like you're drinking your sorrows away. You haven't fucking looked at yourself, bitch. Like, so I got pulled into that and got put as a man. If I had stayed in the other one, would I have like? I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
But I also love. Like that part still has stayed with me because I'm just like, I love clothes and fashion and playing with shit and doing stuff. I'm like, I'm glad that didn't leave. Yeah. But like getting into that, I was just tricked. Like I thought we were going to have fun. So growing up in this musician realm with my dad's side of the family, like I just remember like, honestly, since I can remember, like before, like when I was already playing drums, my first job on the weekends, my grandpa would give me like $50 cash. Playing like at the end of a wedding, my dad would be like, hey, take the cymbals apart from me and put them in there. So like my dad's babysitting was like, he'd go to a gig with my grandpa and like we'd be on stage and I'd be behind the stage with my dad on the seat and he'd be like, I'd be like looking bored, getting up and be like, hey, sit down, follow my feet. And I'd just sit there and be like, okay. And make it a game to be like, follow dad's feet. And I started learning that. And at the end of the show, he'd be like, hey, tear all the drums down. This is how this goes. And I was my dad's roadie. So grew up like that. And like by 10, I was already tearing apart like PA systems and shit. And like loading the vans and driving to Houston and driving to Chicago, like driving places with my grandpa on the weekends and like a family band. But when I got invited that room with my uncle, it was very familiar to me because when I was on my dad's side of the family, they're drinking on stage. It's all fun. My dad would lean over, some beer. Grandpa would come over, here's some tequila. Oh, that burns, you know, like, hey, he's doing it. It was just very normal to me. So on my mom's side of the family, my uncle that was drinking is where I learned that there's like 2 different types of like alcoholics. You can be like, I mean, you can like people who can tolerate it and like use it, and I'm happy for those people, right? And then there's the other side, it's like raging and like fucking scary shit.
Seeking
and like
oblivion.
Yeah, and ending up in jail and this, and then acting like it's all just fucking normal and using people and this. So when I went with him, I was like, oh, cool, another day. And I swear to God, this is like, I really been wanting to just draw it because it was like, when I was like in this circle with these people, there was like 5 or 6 people. My uncle from South Texas, he hung out with like, being that close to the border is actually very scary. Like if you're not scared to like meet people and try shit, you're in that cartel realm in a fucking heartbeat, bro. Like I grew up in high school knowing so many dudes that just like would try shit, you know, like and see shit and like and all those beheadings and this. It's a message to be like, we're gonna fucking take over this. Like the Mexican war stuff, it really hurts because a lot of my mom's side of the family from Michoacan just literally had to abandon all these like little huts and villages that we lived in, and like because it got taken over by cartel. Yeah. So in that circle, bro, I remember just standing, they put me in the middle of this, like, it was like initiations, like 6 grown men standing around me. One of them was my uncle. Most have like those teardrop tattoo shit. So I'm looking around and they passed me this champagne bottle and they just started saying chug.
That
so
was
I was
like
6
years old?
Yes.
Whoa.
Like 5 or 6.
Is this like a 6-year-old quinceañera type thing, like with alcohol?
Dude.
Like, is it like one of those rites of passage kind of thing?
For them, it was like another probably Tuesday night, and they thought it'd be funny to get some kid drunk type shit. So
there wasn't a sacredness to
No,
it.
I think I've put those connections in what it might be, but I know if I asked my piece of shit uncle, like, what was that about? He'd probably be like, what are you talking about, mijo? Oh, you don't remember? You know what I mean? I
right.
know
Oh,
you
it's
don't.
just another night for him. But it was like a defining night in your life. It started this relationship with alcohol.
That's exactly when I started abusing it. So like I would drink, bro.
Right.
Like I was a functioning alcoholic all the way up until like my 20s, dude. Like in and out of jail, this, that. But
that's
always,
a category, isn't it? Of functioning. You mentioned two categories. One is like people who drink and it's casual. Another is who are alcoholic raging, but then there's this functioning alcoholic one that slides under the radar for years, maybe a whole lifetime, where people don't have to change much.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, just maintaining this thing. But it is alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's
straight up.
It's just somehow functional. Like people care. They're able to care more about their lives and showing up than letting alcohol get in the way. And a lot of people don't have that ability.
Yeah, and it can be, there's so many different like pockets of that. Like some of them are like, oh well, like cool, it's maintainable. There's the dirty side. There's so many different like realms inside of all these other like experiences that we do, right? For everything. And I don't know, just knowing that like as an adult now, what I struggled with was like something that shouldn't have happened, but also I think I would have came across it anyways, because I come from a family of both sides have alcoholism in some way. What I learned now is that this is a genetic thing. It's going to happen to me. And how the fuck am I going to handle it? Am I going to stay here and just like, be a part of that culture, of that realm of like making fun of people and like in a wrong way for my gain and shit,
Where
and
it's
like,
actually abusive.
Very much so.
Right.
And it's not said that it is.
Not like on Kill Tony.
Where
everybody agrees
in a space
to be made fun of on this.
Yeah, and even in that place, it's so nice to be a part of. As a sensitive person as I am, that's the most comfortable place for me to most times, it's like I'm home. And I love the opportunity to have there. It's like that. The way it came up too on that was insane. It's like I'd stopped this journey of taxidermy, whatever I was at, like I've been doing that for a while, and I gave up for a bit. And I was like, I'm not going to do anything. It's just commissions. Let's see if I can sell some art. Let me try this, but I don't want to go get a booth and this because of COVID and nah. So I was kind of struggling for about a month, maybe 2.5, maybe about a month of like, what the fuck am I going to do? Right? Like this is kind of, I'm still paying my rent. I'm making it happen, but like, what am I gonna do?
And your friend's passed away at this point.
Yeah. He was already almost a month gone, and I'm like, it's like I gotta figure something out, like with this taxidermy stuff, maybe with this leather. I actually before he died, it was actually a great connection for that. I was walking around his shop, and he had like an antique taxidermy shop. It was like literally you can find anything in there. And I picked up this box, and there was these metal tools and a hammer, and I was looking through these catalogs, and I'm like, oh, this is an old leather set. Like, I'm going to buy it. And it's like 128 on it or whatever. Walked over, I asked, his name was John. And I was like, hey, John, how much? And he's like, $50. And I was like, cool. Buy it, go home, try a couple of things. Like, hey, this is kind of fun, Like, I like leather work because it's still connected to the taxidermy, and I'm playing with that. So
it's like it's evolving.
Yeah. So I had that already at my house. John's gone, move on a little bit. And I'm just like in this realm of like, I'm not going to do anything that doesn't make me happy. If it's art, music, that's all I'm going to fucking do. And my friend was able to get me out of my bedroom for a little bit because I was like, still drinking and still dealing with my depression, these ups and downs, and like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Kind of mode. Like, it was just like, scared and shit. I didn't know what to do. And then
How old are you at this point?
Let's see, I'm 33 now. I'm just like 25, 26, 27, somewhere around like 27 probably.
Yeah. It's a crucial window. I mean, think about how many artists in that window disintegrated or extinguished themselves,
Some of my favorite, bro, like Mac Miller. I was heavily assessed. Yeah, like, and I would do murals of these guys in my bedrooms just because it meant something to me. Like, the Linkin Park, all these bands, bro. Everyone who I fucking love the most, kind of in a way, or inspired me, was like they started just like going away. And I'd be in my room like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
And finally, at this place where one of my friends from Chicago was like, hey, he's a production film guy. He's like, I'm gonna visit Austin to shoot this rap video, but I'd love to hang out with you and stay there. So he came to my house and we're hanging out. We ate some mushrooms and we ate a little bit of acid, and we're just like having like a cleanse, Like what I'm learning at that point is like letting go of this ego and destroying this. So I'm experiencing it with him. I'm safe and everything's fun. And I'm like having a great time with these these tools as I see now. And
this is amidst your depression.
yeah,
This is amidst that dark period of time.
Yeah, he showed up.
You take mushrooms and acid.
Yeah,
together.
Like at first
this is not an ad for that, but
No,
yes,
no.
you did that.
yeah, I was like start off on a little bit of mushrooms, and then like as that kind of kicked in, we started tearing those little pieces of paper apart, and I'm like, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but it just felt right, and I knew that like at some point you kind of have to just let go, right? Like
Did you know that? I mean, psychedelics at that time are being used to help people heal. So it's sort of like,
no, it was more
wow.
like during COVID, I actually found a source that had like a bag. I don't even know how many were in there, and they're like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Thanks." And I went home in my room, and I'm like, stayed up all night thinking about it. And like the first time I tripped was in Austin during COVID, and I texted my cousin.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I'm like, "You're at work right now. I'm about to eat some mushrooms." And I'm like, "If you find me dead when you get home, please just know I love you."
That's such a brave thing to do.
Closed the phone. I ate a handful of them. I didn't even weigh it. I didn't know you can weigh this shit.
Yeah.
And then I sat in the grass and I just like laid there and melted. Listened to Mac Miller. The sky was like kind of like turning purple and shit. And I'm like, this is actually working. And I stood up, and then I went to my bathroom, and I looked at myself, and I was like, the first thing they say is, "Don't go to the mirror, bro." I'm like, I'm going to the mirror.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 PM, so it was still daytime, and I'm feeling the sun and sweating and breathing, and I'm like, I'm in this quiet space, I guess is what I'm on mushrooms right now. This is weird. And I go to the restroom, I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. And then the first thing is I got my like hair thing, and I started shaving my head.
Wow.
I went completely razor bald, bro, like yogi style. And just sat there and did it all. And I was like, sweet. Went back outside, nibbled. So I had been playing with it by myself.
Yeah.
And then this is the first time doing it with like my friend. And like, he's like, try this and try. And I'm like, okay. By the end of that night, he had fallen asleep. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. And before he went to bed, he's like, let's just watch some comedy to chill out. So I had my couple of joints in the house, just smoking, and I was still just like nibbling on the stems, right? Because I really love the way mushrooms taste. Like,
yeah,
that
people complain about
that
the taste.
earthy.
It's a good taste.
It's really good, and
Yeah, the
sometimes I'll
earthiness.
just chew on those stems forever, and like the fibers kind of just get bigger, and like
Yeah.
it doesn't go away. I can keep a wad of it in there for a while, and then swallow a little, and like it's.
Right.
I don't know. I just love all mushrooms, eating them, cooking, everything about it, like what they do now. That what I know what they're doing.
If you ever want to get an oil that smells like psilocybin, there's this oil,
Yes.
a temple oil from India. That's what it's called.
Ooh, okay.
And it's sold like it's mass made.
Yeah.
So and they sell it a lot in India, and you can buy it at a lot of spiritual centers in the U.S. But temple oil, it's called, and it smells exactly like when you open the bag of mushrooms, and it has that like it's
Earthy. It's a different.
It's different though. It's like an earthy toothpaste or something.
Sweet,
It's like
stinky.
It's weird. It's like eating them definitely tastes earthy, but the smell on the outside kind of oddly enough smells kind of like a rose or something. Like it has some weird specific fragrance.
Oh my God, I
that's
love
not
that.
like a mushroom. And that smell, temple oil, I wear it, and it makes people think about mushrooms.
I'm all
whenever-
about the scents, man. I'll rub a little bit of this one here, some Palo Santo there.
Yeah, nice.
Smoke myself before I go to Kill Tony and shit.
Yeah, right.
It's all like a connection now. It all makes sense now. But
So what happens?
That night ends, and we're watching Dave Chappelle, just the normal comedy stuff, right? Like da 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 da. And he
Where's
falls.
comedy in your life at this point? Like, what are you just a casual watcher?
I
or-
only knew that funny shit came out on Comedy Central, and I knew Dave
Right.
Chappelle because I loved him. But
Right.
I thought at that point, these dudes were just like, I mean, they are like, gods and artists in their own way.
Yes.
And I'd be like, I'm already attracted to that. I thought these dudes just walked up, said funny shit, and walked off. So at that point, I had no idea about anything. So I'm sitting there, and the YouTube ads end up going to a Kill Tony show. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God, it's being delivered
Delivered
on a platter.
through YouTube, bro.
Dude.
At 2 or 3 in the morning, while I'm tripping, coming down, but I'm still like, eating this shit, having fun, and I wake up my friend, and I'm like, "You seen this?" He's like, "That's Kill Tony. How do you know? How do you not know about it?" He's like, "You live in Austin, bro. They just moved here," and he started just telling me shit. I'm like, huh. So that day it was like episode 500 or some shit.
Yeah.
And Rogan was on the panel. Tony was there. and I'm watching the formula. I'm watching this one kid's story. He goes up and he's like, my car broke down on the way. You have no idea how much this means to me, Tony. I just got pulled out of the bucket. And then the next thing you know, he's like, you know what? Here's a Ridge wallet that somebody gave away, and there's $500 in it. So I'm sitting on the couch like, dude, Tony is a fucking cool guy, dude.
Right.
Like, there's something about you that I relate to in a way where I'm like, you have things and cool things to give away to that you somehow like got this guy's name out of the bucket, and you knew at some point with this wallet. You know, the connections were just like, I vibe with you, bro. Like, this is cool. So I'm sitting there closer to the TV now at this point, just watching. David Lucas goes up and he's reading off of his phone. And that's when I realized, whoa, I think comedians write down their stuff and actually practice this shit. I had no idea, bro. It's crazy because I probably could have gone on any. I didn't grow up in the city, so there's no like comedy clubs in New York, you know, like come by this club, and like I didn't have any of that in South Texas. It's like initiations at 6 o'clock. You know, or at 6 years old, it's like this is the culture. This is what being a man is. None of that stuff, you know. Like
I'm not even tripping about that you didn't know that comedians write things down. I'm just tripping on how this is being hand delivered to you.
Dude,
you're putting it all together while in that psychedelic space.
I still get chills thinking about it.
I mean, like, that's the start of this. That's insane.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is kind of cool. Watch David Lucas do his shit. Shout out to David Lucas. Fucking
shout out to David
one
Lucas.
of the best,
I've never
bro.
said that on this podcast.
That guy has been a real one since day one. And I can, there'll be another time where we go deeper on what these people have kind of like shown me and like helped me learn about myself, right?
Yeah, wonderful.
So nobody does anything for you. Like you got to be out there and do it yourself.
And that show will teach you that.
Exactly. Yeah. After Lucas, I'm sitting there like, you know what? I'm going to make a wallet. So I get my paper out and sketching this like thing. I've made one wallet before. It took me like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like, you know, first one stitches were fucking wonky. Like this is my first leather. I had only been doing leather work for maybe a month or two.
Trip.
So John dies by the piece. John dies. Stop taxidermy. Hey, mom and dad, I'm gonna be at home just working on this leather shit. Maybe I'll make some wallets and find a store here, and they can buy belts and they can buy stuff for me. So I'm just practicing. So I sketching my wallet. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna make some wallets for Tony and somehow reach out to him and be like, yo, bro, here you go. I love the show. And then by the time,
which is still a long shot, even though you live in Austin.
I've always had that mindset. Like before the message I sent Tony, which I'll say in a bit, it was like I'd sent this message out to like I don't know how many fucking people. Anybody who's inspired me, if I have access to talk to you because the platform's there,
dude,
Instagram's
that's so crazy.
there. You click the button. Why wouldn't you? Right?
That's so crazy that we met that way because I'm that guy too. I've done that. Like I
feel like
see the barrier.
So like natural for us.
Yeah, totally. Take the chance, reach out. Like if you know, take the chance in life.
If anything, they're not going to say anything, or they say no, or obviously, you know, they say yes. And we happen to be in LA around the same time to do a podcast today, like you and I did.
Right.
So,
which is even
sitting
more
there
insane.
trying to figure out how this would happen, just because I'm on that little vibe of like this is fun. I'm being free. I'm just think. What can I do? Think out of the box. And by the time the show's ending, I learned now that William closes this shit out. It was him that came up and he was reading off a piece of paper, and I was like, I love you, bro. Like I'm running out of room now, but anytime that I have to write anything down, I write it down on my skin because like I don't use my phone for notes and shit. Like I use my journals and I use like paper or my hands mostly. It's super important.
But this is inspired by William Montgomery.
Yeah, and I was like, leather journal. I just finished watching The Joker like 4 days before. I loved his like messy like version of it, you know. So I was inspired by The Joker a little bit too, which is weird because Tony's kind of like the Joker in a way, you know. Like, and I think honestly, the first Halloween I ever saw him with like on stage, they had like they dressed up. He did like the Joker kind of style. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching William. I'm like, I'm going to make a joke book. And I messaged Tony that second, like, hey, my name's Adrian Cavazos. I live in Austin. I've been doing this and this. Here's some pictures of like leather things that I've made. I'd love to make some leather journals for your show. I think it'd be cool to give out to people and have them like a journal. And then he put the phone down and I was like, damn, that show was cool. Like, let me go back a bit. Like, where were they? Okay, LA, the Belly Room. This is weird. It's so small. And like, how'd they end up here? Probably COVID Cali rules, Bob. That's cool. They're in Austin. That's weird. I was like, I don't have any friends Nobody, who do I texting me at fucking 3 a.m, bro? Like my mom, fucking my brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like
This is 3 a.m?
3 or 4 a.m.
You get a message back from Tony.
Yeah, I had just sent it out, put it back down, and I grab the phone and I'm like, shake my cousin. I'm like, bro, it's fucking Tony Hinchcliffe just responded. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, blue check mark, Tony. That sounds great. Like, come by. Are you in Austin? Like, you know, he asked, are you living here? Yes. Come by on Monday. I was like, okay. So I went to my desk. I made one. I was like, what am I going to do? Blah, blah. I think it'd be cool just to have his logo on it. Like, you know what I mean? Just like ADD brain firing, bro. I fall asleep that night like at 7 a.m. because I was just like designing and making. So I made one nice Kill Tony joke book with the gun logo. It was like,
Right.
That book took me like 5 to 6 hours. And I was like, finished it. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Woke up the next morning, back on this artist life. Wake up, walk my dog, smoke. I'm in the house. Everyone's at work, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm home. I'm doing the thing. Shit, I can't just make one. He's gonna give it away just like that wallet, and the show's gonna go on, and that's it. And I'm like, I gotta make more. So I'm like, I went back and did some homework. How many people, like average people, go up? I watched from episode 1, just fast forwarded all the way to where I saw.
Did they give something prior?
No, nothing.
So yours has become, I mean, what you make is the prize.
Yes.
It's in the variation of
Yeah,
prizes
dude.
of the small, the medium, and
Weird.
the large, which is, that's a more new
I don't
thing.
even know
the
how many
medium
people
and
know
large.
that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I
Like yours is now the award.
Yeah.
It's the Oscar
Yep.
of the show.
Yeah, different. Yeah, the big one, the small one. Like first
Not-
person anybody asks, you been on Kill Tony? Yeah. What size joke book did you get? It's the second question that they ask now since I've been a part of it, for sure, with them, from what we started building together, you know?
Yeah.
So I show up that Monday with masked up, you know, a weird Antone's bar, never been there, never been downtown by myself. And I'm like, holy shit, you know,
Antone's is a trippy room. I mean, there's a box of a room.
just a box. Yeah. Fucking pen, you know, like it was
Right.
nothing special.
I mean, it's got a lot of history. Blues history. It's
I
incredible
apologize.
spot.
Like
Yeah. The history
Gary
is
Clark Jr.,
incredible.
my bad, bro. Like it's very fucking special, very
Yeah,
much so.
totally.
But from what it was, it's like we're doing it here.
Right.
Okay, it was a lot of okays, and then like, welcome to the green room. Here's all the liquor you can drink. Here's the barbecue. Thanks for the books. Tony put one in his pocket. Red Band put one in his pocket. I got 3 the first Monday out on stage to people. The show ended, and Tony was like, dude, that was fun. Would you like to do this again? And I said, yes. So I went home, started making these books. By Wednesday, I got a text from Tony. So I had that same moment again, like, he's fucking hitting me up again.
Yeah.
And hey, Adrian, can you make a custom one? You know, I want to make one for a friend that plays guitar, and I want to put a guitar on the cover. Can you do that? And at that point, I was like, I can make a custom joke book. Why does it have to only be Kill Tony, you know? So I was like, yeah, no problem. So I made the book like almost like this size kind of style.
Yeah.
And guitar or whatever. And I was cool, put it aside, finished all the joke books, finished them by like that Friday. And I was like excited for Monday, bro. I was like, this is going to be fucking crazy. I'm showing up with more shit. And then I had this idea. I was like, wait, Tony is the roast master. I need to fucking roast the roast master. How do I do that? And then I sat
This
there.
is so ballsy.
And I was
of
like,
course you're supposed to do that. I mean, he would appreciate something like
Yeah.
that. But it's still ballsy to go like, I need to roast him.
Yeah, I
coming
skipped-
on strong.
I
like,
skipped one part that brought that up. I was about to message him like, hey Tony, I finished the joke. I finished your custom book, blah, blah. And I swear I was like in the middle of that message. And then he messaged, what's your Venmo? And I'm like, wait a second, delete all my message. And I just sent him my Venmo. And then immediately, that was the first $100 that I got paid in about a month, bro.
Wow.
I hadn't gotten any money from it. I just had like maybe $1,200 saved. I
an
just paid my
incredible
rent.
story.
I had like $300. I bought some leather, so maybe like $250 in my account.
Fuck.
And I'm like, I just got my first $100. That like Tony set the price of what these things were at the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Same way as he thought this thing would work on his platform. I'm like, you got a very particular mind, sir. And it vibes very well with me. Like, let's see where
Yeah.
we can go. So I'm sitting there after I got the 100, and I'm like, I gotta roast this motherfucker. How do I fuck his brain real quick? So then I was like, wait a second, these 5 joke books, like if Tony ends up liking this design, then I have 4. I can't there has to be another tier in here. Like, what happens to the people that suck, but they're not that sucky?
Right.
Let's make some mini joke books. Like, my mom actually would order these for me randomly. She'd be like, hey, can you make me one of those small ones for her students to do word of the day? Like, poop. And it's like, yay. And then the next page, poop. And it's like, okay, these kids are just drawing in these like little mini books. And I would make them occasionally for my mom. So like, shout out mom to kind of like start the little fascination for the miniature shit. She just, anything miniature. She's like, maybe you can make little ones. So I was like, okay, cool.
The little ones are cool too because it's like total incentive. It's both encouraging that you got something, but it's incentive to have more space and get a big joke.
Exactly. And what's crazy is I love writing small. I used to get in trouble as a kid. Like, you need to rewrite this essay, Mr. Cavazos. And I'd be like, nope. I'd write it as small as I fucking could. And I can read it, but I'm like, there's no rule on how big and small. And there's like, fuck cursive. And I was like, I'm going to write as small as I can. So I can write stories in those little books. Yeah. So like, I already thought like, this is like funny, and it's also very because like it's like, well, it's not a book. Open it and write in it,
right?
And then see what happens next.
Yeah,
you might get the big one.
Yeah.
So I started making 5 mini Kill Tony ones. So I'm like, I'm gonna show up with these, and I'm gonna make his custom one on a very very small one, and then I'm gonna show up and be like, here Tony, here's the $100 thing you paid for. Because he didn't see it. He didn't. He didn't ask what my books look like. He didn't ask anything. He just gave me money. And I was
hilarious.
Like, right back at you, buddy. So I showed up that Monday and I gave him, I was like, hey, Tony. He's like, Adrian, my friend's here. Where's the book? And I said, like, here you go. And his face was so priceless, bro. I was like, and then when he did this and he was looking at it, the first time I heard Red Band's like, rah, 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 real iconic, devilish, fucking wicked laugh that he has. He's cracking up in the back. And Tony's like, I feel like he was about to say, like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it was a small guitar. And then at that point I had the other one. I'm like, here you go, bro. I'm just kidding. Like,
yeah, what's the time on that? The timing?
It felt like an eternity, but it was probably 3 seconds. Yeah. Because he, you know how he fires back. He was probably to tell me, like, this is what I fucking paid you $100 for. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I don't know what he was about to say, but I broke it with like a, just kidding. He was like, oh my God. And I was like, so when the people suck, let's give them these little ones because like we can't give all the big ones away. He's like, I love it. You know, classic I Kill Tony shit that he always, Fast forward 5 years now, and that's like the tier, like big joke book, little joke book.
Even something to get a small joke book.
I've noticed, like, I always get inspired by the show too. So I've noticed like sometimes there's some hairy situations with some weird ass people. And I'd make like, what if I did a joke book with like, not with all the cow hair on it, like a really hairy book and give it to the weird guy. Yeah. That way it's not like, get the fuck out of here. And then now that person's more like a liability in that he's angry, he's this. Right. Here's a little piece of something to go home with and be attached to. And not only that, smell, touch, look, feel.
Stroke like, the ego. I mean, by giving them something and they walk away with something, but they're the sketchy person and it like appeases that part. Yeah. Like, you know, I
came up with these things to be like, how do I get these dudes away from Tony a little bit? Because I'm like, this is starting to get serious. Like, since I've started with them, Antones, Vulcan, Mothership, and I can go down a list of arenas that I've been with them now. Like, my name has been on Netflix twice. I'm like, and it's not just like the name at this point. It's like a part of what Tony and I decided together with that unspoken communication was more like, this is what it could be, you know? And like this whole journey.
Amazing Bonezeye.
Yeah. I mean, he's all these names that he's brought up, like just so many cool shit. Like, I think honestly, he probably helped me curate call him a joke book. I probably just called him leather journals at some point. And he just said like joke book. And I'm like,
let's not forget that you were also at this low point in your life when this
I was the lowest, bro. So I had this thing behind me of always like, I'm going to just keep showing up like I would at any other job. But this dude is kind of like showing me that he appreciates my shit. And it's not just him. It's all these other people. Like, that's what was every day. So the first time I literally asked for like help was like, maybe I'll just be a door guy. I'm running out of money here. I can't keep doing all the leather. It was like a year and a half in is when I was like, maybe I can do that. So I actually texted Tony and I was like, hey, dude, this is like another part of my journey of like stopping to drink and like actually when some of these weird feelings come up, reach out to a friend, talk to people, talk. The journals were more of like a therapy thing. And my therapist like, you need to go home and write in some stuff. You need to start writing, bro. You know more, just don't lock it in here. Just write it down. wake up, do this, do this, do this. And I spent like 4 hours at a Walgreens staring at a wall of journals like, but which one do I buy? You know, this one doesn't feel right. I went home and I made my own. I'm like, if I'm going to write in something, it has to be mine. So that's how I designed and made those things. It's like, it's my shit.
Wow.
And then I was like, wait a second. This is an opportunity for somebody to have like this little friend with them in their pocket for jokes, for this, memorabilia, whatever. If you get angry and want to burn it, fucking so be it, dude. Express yourself, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then it was also an extension for me to be like, hey, this isn't just the average like paintings that I used to do. This is like a painting on leather that you can carry in your pocket. Like, this is my mobile art. With Tony's platform, how mobile can I get it? You know, and like every Monday we got all these views and all these things are happening, but I'm not forgetting the main part of it is like, hey, the deeper I go into looking at myself and answering these questions and I asking these questions that don't really have answers to, like, why was I initiated at like 6-year-old to become an alcoholic and drink that age? Why did I go through these moments of like, you know, it's deeper, or like inappropriate relations with uncles and aunts that like physically like
Me too.
sexually abused, like
totally.
all these things that now like can say it without shame and without crying. And I love crying about it too, because it's like that conversation we had before we walked in here.
Yeah,
immediate straight to death, bro. Like I'm all about it. You know what I mean? Like that's every
Straight to
tattoo I
death.
have is either animal related or bones, because like you gotta die before you live. You
Man,
know what
yesterday
I mean?
for
Like,
my birthday, I went over and hung out at Chuck Testa's taxidermy.
oh wow. So
I
you
just
were
watched him
around
work
it.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And
What was
it
he working
like,
on
oh
yesterday?
yeah, my birthday, and I'm around death. Like this is how
Perfect.
this is what I would choose for myself.
Yeah, how do I do that more? You know, like every day. Yeah. So
he's like showing me how to salt the skins and the whole thing.
Perfect,
Like it was
bro.
wild. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I can smell that right now, actually, because I know what it's like. And I love how he just does that shit all barefoot, too. He's
I know, he's the
wild
barefoot
man,
dude.
bro. Chuck, just I've watched so many of your videos, bro, because nobody that I was around would be willing to share any of their secrets. So he's like the OG on, like you type in taxidermy, he was the only way that I can find somebody.
Dude, that is
through
so
that connection,
true.
and to have you now is even a bigger trip.
That's
it's
crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we almost shot this at his spot.
Yeah,
and we chose outdoors instead.
I think I would have been heavily distracted.
Dude, totally.
And it would have been a different podcast. We would have been mounting a bear or something, right? It would have been like, come and work with Bonezeye. Like, dude, it would have been a total different shit. You know?
I also thought it might have been like mildly intimidating to just like have another person who's a big personality in the room and doing it in their space. Like,
I think if anything, if you ever do something with him again,
Yeah.
I'd love to be his assistant or some shit. Like,
Oh,
what do you want me to do,
wow.
Chuck? I'll do it, bro.
That's gotta happen.
I know, bro. Like, let's
Yeah.
make some creature that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Like,
but
where's
that's
your?
what I was thinking when you said it earlier. When you're talking about people don't give their secrets.
Yeah.
Since I was hanging out with him yesterday, he was who I thought of, and I was like, wait, no, I have stories of somebody who's a master, who is just open about what he does and shares with.
I think it's how you become a master.
Right.
You let go of all that shit.
That's right, man.
And like I started learning that as
ego.
myself, and like learning all these jobs and opportunities with people that like, hey, if you ever have an idea to help my business expand, let me know. And I tell them, and it's working, and they're like, no, you don't need a raise. I'm like, well,
Right.
fuck you then. I'm gonna do it myself. Like,
Right.
no matter what, if I fail, if I don't, like, part of like of the best thing is like failing, right? Because like you don't know how it's gonna be until you try it, and the only way to try it is like, do I like it or not? And that'll just start the ladder from whatever. So like 5 years in, still making joke books, leading off into different stuff with like bags and accessories, but it's all really honestly focused around like my well-being. Like I wake up every fucking morning, bro, with this like, I am not like I'm not worthy, like all those like I am
Still to this day?
One, even with this new medication that I still started, and it helps, but it's like, what is it? You know, like I still have like those waves, but it's very much more controlled now because it's a mindset thing. The same way as I broke alcoholism was like, do you want to drink or not?
Yeah.
Those two fucking things right there. I always did, well, maybe in that or not. Like, what
Right.
the fuck is that one like?
Yeah.
5 years of not touching that shit. I'm like, so I don't even know who that person was before that used to drink. I don't know that guy. I don't want to fucking meet him. I know who he is. I know how to mess with him and do that. Like, just stay over there though.
Yeah.
I'm going over here, bro.
Yeah, I
So,
think
like-
there's a piece of the puzzle, at least for me. Like I had the same attitude, and then in the last few years, I've had to go. yeah, I don't want that guy choosing for me.
Yeah.
But I completely understand how he became who he was.
Yeah. I think
You
he
know,
needed
and I
a
have
friend.
respect for that. Like I go, okay, well, the world handled you. The world had its hands on you beforehand.
For real, yeah.
And so then you just ran with that and you tried to make sense of that. And then it hurt you and it hurt others and it needed revision. So let's keep him over there. But I respect him. Like he's a inverted North Star.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you kind of have to. I just know you, and I know that I need to stay away from you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the best way we have a relationship. I know you're over there. You know I'm over here.
Right.
We can check in, but I know we're not going to, like, do that thing again. You know? Like, we're done, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, becoming more, it's like it's not even a friend of me. It's just like any friend. Like, if you know that your friend isn't like this, you just shouldn't do that, right? That friend that I know that's, like, the alcohol version is, like, I know he likes that, so it's just, let's just stay. Like, you do that and I'll stay. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find every way to become more of a friend with what I experienced in a way, like in what I was like horrible and traumatic. And like, there's always somebody else dealing with so much fucking worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to the point where like these immigrant style thing that's kind of going down with ICE, it's like I'm scared to ask when they're at the restaurant, like, ice or no ice? I'm like, no ice, no ice. Like, but I thought that it was funny to, like, for my own brain, because the day I landed in LA, the first text I get from my mom is like, mijito, be safe. Like, there's people asking for stuff, and I'm like, is it because I'm tatted, mom, or like what? Like, and the mom thing just being like, you know, there's shit just going down everywhere. You can get the wrong moment, wrong time. Totally respect that, and I love that she shared that she was nervous about that.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm staying. Like, my protection's already got me. Like, I'm not gonna be in that area, and if I was, I'm not joining no protests. I'm not doing any of that shit. I just have a lot of empathy for people that go through it and get put through. It's just like, it's so much, bro. It's like,
man, I wanted to talk about your 6-year-old drinking quinceañera.
let's do it, bro. Yeah.
It's odd because I want to try and say this so it's understandable, but sometimes situations happen and we take it as one thing, and surely the elements are there that we take it as, like how you interpreted that situation, that they were just bored on a Tuesday night and wanted to see what happens when a 6-year-old gets drunk, and then putting you in that position. And maybe that's something that had been passed on in generations of just older people getting curious.
Probably happened to him too, or some shit.
Exactly.
It's just, this is what we do to kids. Yeah.
Right. And so thinking about that, it's so in your lineage and it's so in the culture, and that, you know, I brought up it being a rite of passage almost, you know. This could be the rite out of passage because it's ending in your bloodline now. You know, it's ending with you.
Yeah, seriously.
And sometimes it takes a catastrophic event like this, but that circle was like, had meaning because now you're free, and that was the origin. The origin started there.
Yeah.
And now it's ending in your bloodline.
Yeah. It's like, it's a bigger, like, I see that too. Exactly. And I wasn't able to until recently, like with this ketamine therapy that I started in Austin, with the access that we have to these tools, and like you, bro, immediately made me feel like over the phone, like, hey, Adrian, you're good. Like, you're good. Like, we started telling you immediately, like, I'm like scared as an artist.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is like that Coulter Jacobs interview you had with him. He was talking about like how fear can really drive and take over people. And I'm like, that's me for like almost my entire life. And then I get put into this like pinhole. I get like this opportunity of like in the deep of it with Kill Tony to like learn more about myself. You know, like no one's asking me to do shit. I don't have to go. And but I show up and I try my best every time. And I'm like, well, what if I try to do that in like every little aspect I've shown? I'm like, oh, this is what Tony likes. You show up with the best version of yourself, and this is how this shit works.
Yeah.
Let me try to do that every single day.
Where people get him wrong, it seems like is they don't see the quality of how, if he would love to be wrong the next time. Like the time right now of him judging and saying like you're shitty and and being rude to
prove me wrong.
People have done that to him.
Shock me. Yeah.
Yeah. And he wants to be proved wrong in the next time. And I've seen him humbly accept when, wow, you're way better and here I'm gonna move you up. but people don't stick around and see that side of things.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because you can kind of get like the disconnection of like what humans are behind the lenses and stuff, you know, like.
And your story is so many people on that show, whether it be comedians or the crew or whatever, there's all these stories of people just like you. From what I understand, you know, the girl who does the horse voice and all that stuff, who's now his assistant.
I mean, I've seen so many crazy changes in this, and I love that. Like, I have this like I can just fly on the wall, right? Like I know, hey, I need to move away, and I've had that in every space that I've been in. Intuition is on point, you know. And the deeper that I go with my connection and like fasting and like really not like eating those things that are like processed, I'm like, this intuition is getting stronger.
Yeah.
And
we were talking about it being like the antenna, you know.
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. And you helped me that day by really, you're like, Adrian, your antenna is up, bro.
It is.
Like that's exactly how we're talking right now. And
because when you wrote the comment, to take it back to the beginning of the thing, when we were talking about how this all came about, when you reached out on that post of Coulter's and mine and said that you'd love to make us joke books and it was your name, I freaked out because for me that was like the sort of these
that was the Tony Hinchcliffe moment, and
exactly.
like, oh wow, that's fucking cool.
Well, because we watch it every Monday.
Yeah,
and it's
I mean,
been years, and your name, and yours, you make the prize of the show, and that you're reaching into my world at a time and saying like, hey, I really appreciate what you guys are putting out. You know, I turned to my partner. It was a big moment to us.
Wow.
You know, I mean, you coming into my life.
Yeah.
It was like one of these confirmation moments, synchronicities, and
I mean,
the antenna being up, you know?
Yeah, that's so special. And like that helps like put some concrete on this foundation of like, hey, I think we're cooking with something good here.
Right.
It's like we got that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first podcast we had was over the phone, and it wasn't even recorded. Like it was just with us.
And
like,
we had the side podcast here with your partner and mine.
Yeah, and this is technically our third one. You know, like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I do want to keep learning more about like what that was for me as a kid, because like I mean, I'm doing these like ketamine like treatment stuff, I'm learning with that medicine now. Like my 8th session is like, oh, I need to go a little deeper. Like I would love to go to some ayahuasca at some point. That medicine for sure has just called me since I was a kid. I've been like looking it up and researching and then everything about it.
Yeah.
But I've always like the way I trust all these things is like it presents itself. Like never really gone out and searched for this shit. I've just been like, here's this, here's that, try this. And like now living in Austin with access to more things and building like a name for myself. And we're learning that like, hey, I need to go a little deeper than just the traditional therapy. Like, let me see what else is out there. You know, it doesn't have to be traditional or it has to be like the same. And I don't like the same. I want different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be different all the time.
And then I'm coming through the muse or the guise of a podcast, but what you're describing as the deeper thing than therapy is what I do for a living. You know, this is my passion projects. This is a labor of love, this show.
Chicken.
And,
hello.
It's a labor of love, and you know, it's not
Which
in anybody's
builds,
pockets.
Which adds like honestly, this is like the foundation that we started with like the real connection kind of thing. Like, who else am I going to be able to share this like really deep stuff with it? And I actually feel like that person cares, you know, like it's hard sitting there sharing stuff and then just like them be, okay, well, I'll see you next Tuesday. And it's like, man, I just told you some shit. Now I'm going to be here till next Tuesday in my head about it. And like, how is it like, I mean, not how, but I'm so very just grateful that this earth had me do that with you. Cause it's like, this is what you do, bro.
Yeah. Right.
And for me to be like, stopping a little bit of this, like, I'm going to look and I'm going to search it and I'm going to find it and I'm going to be better. And it's like, go a little deeper into like the what ifs and shit. And then just be like, see what that's like.
Yeah.
Let go a little bit, dive into the deep end a little bit, and then just be like, you know, see what happens. And then at that point, it becomes more real. And like, I'm actually like here with you now.
Right.
2.5 weeks ago when I was watching Coulter Jacob videos, I did not know that I'd be like potentially sitting here, maybe meeting you or him or that whatever. It's like
a transportation device, you know, like in Star Trek where they used to beam each other in.
Yep.
Like, but it's just slow motion beaming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It took us a week, but that's pretty quick also.
dude, it feels like it's weird. I can't even, there's no relevant time.
Time went.
Waited.
It's gone.
No, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
this whole different realm of it, you know, like.
Yeah. What I love about it is based in the unknown, you know. This is the thing that most people are afraid to acknowledge.
Afraid. Yeah.
Is like they're always going with what's known. And that's where all the division is in the world right now, is because I know this. Well, I know this, you know, and the unknown is the thing that brought us together. The unknown is the thing that started the joke book.
Yeah.
On Kill Tony. You know, the unknown is the thing that we can trust more and more, and it's brought me everything that I love in life. I haven't been able to predict anything good that's come into my life. I've had a passion for what I wanted to do in this world, and it has met me.
There you go. It's like a vibration, right? Like,
totally.
Oh, I know I'm starting to like this. What would it be like if I tried it? And then it sounded like it's like a really like beautiful energy, like a river, you know, like you catch these waves and you're like, fuck yeah. And then you got to realize sometimes like, yo, I need to take a quick break.
Totally. And it's such a
recharge
difference.
a little bit. And
totally. It's like a difference between, you know, ego is like, I want all this stuff. There's this part of being an artist where whatever it is that you're synthesizing from the universe, you're going to give it. You're going to share it. So there isn't any I. So that it's okay to kind of know what your deal is and what you want to bring into existence and focusing in on that.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to end up sharing it with the world. And here, this gift has been exponential that you made. This art, it's been joke book.
Shared like crazy,
yeah, it's
bro.
exponential. It's just it continues to grow. Who knows how it can expand, and it's only been expansive.
I used to count every single one. I lost count at about 2,200.
Wow.
And that's the ones that I take to Monday.
Right.
That's not customs. That's not arenas. That's not all the gifts I've given all these celebrities that I've been like very heavily inspired by. You know, like I always have a few on me just for those moments.
Tell some stories. Who have you given some that you're heroes
David
of?
Cho was
that's the shit.
I was in the green room just chilling, and same with him, bro. I was watching all his fucking videos for weeks.
Because he hasn't been on, right?
No, but he was on the Rogan Experience, and Rogan wanted to show him the club.
Wow.
So I'm sitting in there, and I hear his voice.
When he was blonde?
No.
It wasn't that Rogan appearance?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was. Where he's wearing the flower shirt and he's blonde? Where he talks about, he cries a bunch of times?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it was that one.
That was like 3 years ago.
Okay, so no, the next one that he did.
Oh, okay.
He did the next one.
Okay.
He came in more like a Jedi.
Oh, gotcha.
He had this like fucking linen. He looked like a Jedi. And I was like, that's David Cho.
Yeah.
And that day I took a journal that I made for myself. Actually, I wish I had a picture of it, but it was like it was this guy inside of what are those rooms called? Like when you wear those straight jackets, like the soft padded room.
Yeah.
So I drew this image.
You know, it's so funny. That might be Chuck Testa's assistant because
Seriously?
she's a helicopter pilot and she's like 25, and I met her yesterday.
My God.
And you never hear helicopters in Ojai.
That's probably it. Yeah.
This is the synchronicity.
I just recently met somebody who just so happens to travels by helicopter also.
Yeah.
So when I hear that by my apartment, and I've been like, here comes the text. Bzz, bzz, just flew over you. And I'm like, where you going, dude? Like, this guy's fucking cool, bro. He's taken me on one ride so far, and like he's always like, tell me when you want to go again. Fly around Austin in like 30 minutes.
Nice.
The entire fucking place.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, just, that day,
I
made an image of like this one joke, but I was like, I'm gonna make one for myself. I'm gonna go to a show. I'm gonna write some stuff while it's going on, and then I see him, and I'm like, I'm not gonna write any jokes. I'm gonna give this one to him.
Yeah.
And it was just like a real quick one with him, but they all just mean something to me. Like, for example, like Jelly Roll. Like the first time I met Jelly, like I was sitting in the green room, and he walked in. I think we was looking for something to smoke. I happened to have a blunt on me.
Yeah.
And he's like, ooh, I don't smoke. I don't smoke blunts because I'm a singer. And I was kind of like, who is this guy? Like, I really didn't know.
Oh, really? But
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like somebody.
Exactly. He's like, there's someone. And being him in the green room, too, I was already at the point of like, I know I've seen you somewhere. I
Right.
just don't know. So I sit down and I'm look up Jelly Roll. I'm like, oh, this is the fucking guy. Respect. I felt ashamed. I'm like, I'm sorry, I offered you a blunt, but I was like, wait a second, I have papers. I can just roll. I rolled this fat one and I'm like, you smoke joints? He's like, bro, hell yeah. We smoked a joint together the first time.
Wow. Nice.
Since that day, bro, and it's been almost a year and a half, when he sees me, he remembers the day. He's the one that was like, I've made him like books and a jacket and like I've made so many things for him and to live like at a concert and like have the opportunity to like first off just get invited to these shows, but then be like backstage with him and then giving him a gift too. It's like
Yeah.
you can go the most like crazy one for me was Kennedy Jr. when he went to the Kill Tony in LA.
Oh, wow. Bobby Kennedy?
RFK Jr. Yeah, dude,
right.
he was in the room, and I'm like, is that who I fucking? This isn't Adam Ray playing some fucking joke on us, right? Like,
right.
you like
Which they eventually did, but I
with
forget who it was.
Biden or something.
Yeah, no, and they had him on.
That's true.
They had RFK. I forget the guy's Kyle Dunnigan. Yeah.
Kind of done it.
Did a great impression. And that's the thing too about the show is like they're friends with all these people.
He was there and having the craziest good time with us, and he was the most like human like that I've ever met, to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna go say hi.
Yeah.
And we were in LA at that YouTube arena, I think, and I went up to him and I'm like, hi, my name's Adrian. Usually what I do at these shows is like kind of give myself jobs, just like I gave myself the book. I'll just be like a concierge in a way. I know where the restrooms are. I know where the food is. I know where smoke is. What you guys need?
Yeah.
You know, like always walk hospitality.
That's cool.
Is high on me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
man, that's
anywhere
awesome.
I am, I'm like, I got to
You
take
got
care of you, dog.
respect.
Yeah. So I went up to him and his wife and I'm like, hi, this is who I am. I do this for the show. I pulled out one of the journals. He's like, can I have that? And I was like, seriously? He's like, I like this show. Like, blah, 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 blah. If you want to get a pic, he actually asked, do you want to get a picture? And I was like,
Was this at the forum?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. The forum.
Yeah,
There
it
you
was
go.
at the forum.
And because he came out and did that thing really
Yeah.
quick. So right after we took the picture, he was like, what are you up to right now? Are you a comic? I'm like, no, I only make these things. He's like, do you want to just like hang out with me? And I was like, yeah. He was a little nervous before the show, asking like, what should I wear? Jacket or no jacket? And I can't believe I was in the room like, is he put it on real quick? Okay, take it off. No, it's got to be on. Like I was helping with that, and I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Walk with me out. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Where if like at this point, which is also another thing like that, kind of like with my therapist is like, hey, I'm dealing with all these really really high dopamine like levels, where I'm like, holy shit, and then the next day is like,
Right.
I'm alone right now.
It's that rock
bro.
star thing where they go out and play, and then the cheers of the audience. They can't.
It's silence.
Like, it gives you such a high.
How
that
do you
even
hide?
after the gig? Even if you are with chicks or doing drugs, you can't match the thing that's happened there.
And it becomes this thing where if you're not careful with your drinking and what you're doing, it's like, hey,
you always want to fill that thing.
and how do you top that sustainably every time?
Heroin.
Bro, it's been this crazy journey of like, I'm so thankful for every moment of this life. Thankful for drinking at 6 years old, bro. Like, so thankful that I knew that Bud Light tasted like shit at 6 years old. Like, great.
My joke was going to be, if I ever got pulled in the bucket while visiting Austin, my opening joke was going to be something like, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say that getting molested by your uncle will get you on Kill Tony, but
It'll get you on Kill Tony.
yeah.
You gotta you gotta have some shit happen to you or in you for this for you to be successful.
Right. And I pray in that joke, because that's my story. I pray that other people get to a place in their life where they can
be able to get there.
You can joke about it because you've done the work on it. I've forgiven the people that have hurt me. And the thing is, what you mentioned, RFK Jr., and say what you will about whatever he's doing or whatever he's done or whatever, he's a story. And that's how I see everybody, that there's a story in there. This guy's dad was assassinated while trying to serve the country, and as a child, like, I can't unsee that in all of what he's doing. Dude. I'm not saying that it gives anyone carte blanche to just be whoever, or whatever.
It's like,
but I just see a story, so I get excited about meeting anybody because there's a story there. Jack
real.
Nicholson and Sean Penn went over and hung out with Putin like years ago in the 90s or 2000s or something.
Yeah.
I heard this story where they're hanging out with him, and you know, that's a situation that, like, you know, this is like the dark overlord of the other country or something.
Yeah.
You know, he's seen as, has been historically. But Jack and Sean went over there. I forget what it was for, but they're there and they took in the experience. And that's what we're not doing. And that's what Kill Tony does. Is it gives you a window into somebody's experience who's signed up to be in a place where they know anything can happen, including bombing. You know?
Yeah.
And it gives everybody an equal opportunity if you've gotten pulled out of that. And where
Clean
else
slate.
is that happening?
Nowhere.
Right. And that is the biggest show in the world.
Without the like guarding and rules, and
Right.
you can't do, there's nowhere.
Nowhere.
And I feel like the only reason that I'm connected to that is because I literally would not be anywhere else. Like, fuck everything else, bro. If I wasn't doing this, it's stupid exciting.
I mean, every week it's still exciting. It's like what we have to do is watch
like,
a show.
As like, I mean, being in it, it's great. Like, you know, you work at a restaurant, you get tired of the food, right? I swear the only reason why I keep showing up every Monday is because no Monday is the same.
Right.
And then I'm not gonna lie, like, Mondays were some of the worst for me. Usually, like,
You and
most
Garfield.
I was like, honestly, bro, Mondays were scary. Like, I was
Yeah.
already at the point where I'm like, you know, like attempting suicide
Oh, yeah.
shit. Like,
Right.
Mondays were rough for me.
Mondays are probably historically a day where a lot of people have committed
And
suicide.
I remember got to a point, like I mentioned earlier, like I didn't really ask for any help until about a year and a half into the show. Like, I finally built some confidence. So, like, I'm not a person that does like any, like, I'm not gonna bring it. I just know that if I don't say anything, it'll just probably be better. Like, confrontation is not, like, I'm very scared. I used to be very scared.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask a question in school if I was like, I don't understand that question. I was like, I got shit. I'll just deal with it. What if they laugh at me? What if they think I'm dumb? Like, a lot of that stuff was like, fuck it. There's only one person I can ask, is probably Tony. So I texted him, and then that night I was like, something happened in the podcast where our meeting at the end of the show changed for me, where I'm like, you inspired me again, you motherfucker. I'm not going to ask you what I was going to ask you, but I was going to tell you, hey, bro, I'm dealing with some crazy Monday shit. Thank you so much for, like, having me come here, because it really helps. My Monday is now like a Friday. Seriously, it's crazy.
Wow.
And he was like, you want to know why I chose Mondays? Because I dealt with that shit too.
Dude,
and I was like,
that's
so you're like healing. Cool. He was like, I was like, Tony, I'll see you next Monday, bro. And right. I usually at the end of these after parties, I leave because I don't drink and shit. But yeah. I left. I went home. I started making stuff. I had like $200 in my account and probably some ramen noodles and shit. And then I went to again next Monday, and everything was fine. And that's kind of helped me learn a little bit. Like, yes, you're going through shit, and it's nice to, like, be able to ask for people for help. That's super important, to be able to be like, no, I need some help. I'm going to call somebody. Right. Hey, bro, I'm fucking struggling right now. Like, it's super rare to be able to confidently do that and know that it works and keep that into practice. But, like, the other part is learning, like, when to pull that card too. Like, am I going to be the little boy that cried wolf every single time my heart races? Like, what would it be like if I didn't ask? And then we'll wait a little bit, and then, oh, wait, I don't have to ask now. Like, you literally just showed me with what your actions are answering for me. Like, new mode, new this. It's always new. Monday is new. Every single time. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen in those rooms, but I know at some point I got to make like 10 to 15 joke books and show up. That's all I care about. I've physically missed 3 or 4 shows since I've started with them in the 5 years, but my books were still there. You know, I found a way to do it. Like, hey, take this or mail it, whatever. I've given myself a job, and I've like been allowed in this like opportunity with Tony to be like, all right, let's see what you got. And that's all he says. Yeah. Like, that's what this dude is rolling with everybody. Like, Cam is now on SNL.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, it's insane. Like,
yeah. I've been watching just because he's on. You know, it's one of my favorite shows from growing up.
It's weird, right? Like,
and it got really safe. And while I was watching Kill Tony, Saturday Night Live was so damn safe.
It's a little too safe. Yeah.
It was so safe that I stopped watching.
Yeah.
It just wasn't funny anymore because the part of the dangerousness, I mean, sticking the Bassomatic when in the 70s with Dan Aykroyd and, you know, and all that shit, it was so riding the line. And, and Kill Tony does that. And the thing is that it's not even about Tony's show isn't even about him. It's about everybody else.
It's without anybody. Like, what is it, right?
Right.
Nothing.
Nothing. Right. Exactly. Well,
And-
it's one of his stand-up comedy shows.
Yeah,
by
and
himself.
it's like behind it though, right? Like, because he does his stand up on the side, and
Yeah.
his shit's actually really the way he locks.
Oh my God,
in,
it's so funny. I've
he's
seen him. Yeah.
I mean, he's just one of those dudes, right?
He's so fast.
He's a fucking genius, bro.
Totally. But I mean, when I first heard of Tony, I didn't like him. I didn't get the trolling aspect of comedy. And Ari too, when Ari made the joke about Kobe and the tweet about Kobe.
I remember
and
all that stuff.
When
yeah.
he died and he said something like, good, like, finally maybe he'll stop hogging the ball or whatever it is. And he just rubbed it in everybody's face at the
big
moment
joke,
when he
worthy
died.
to me. Yeah.
Totally. But I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought that it was just somebody trying to be controversial.
Yeah, the
And
shock
not
value
that
stuff.
this is who Ari is.
Yeah.
And just that's a part of his deal is like, are you with me or not? Are you
Super-
with me or not? Like, I don't
exactly.
feel this way, but I'm just seeing if you can hang with the joke.
The way I see him is the same question I ask myself. And I love that I have an opportunity to even see him and
Yeah.
his dick sometimes. Like, that
Yeah,
he fucking,
plenty, I'm
whatever
sure.
he flashes at us at the show. It's,
Yeah.
I've seen too much, bro. I got trauma in every single way. Like, the fact that, like, he helps me remember, and I love him, bro. I haven't had a lot of, like, one-on-ones, but we've talked, you know? He's the ultimate version of, for me to remember, do you want to drink or not? Like, you want to ride this wave or not? And if you do, he's funny, dude. He's crazy. Like, his
Yeah.
mindset's different.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder of, like you said, it's a story.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
went down
Right,
here to get you
exactly.
where you are now, bro.
To make all these people, you know, and then it's also the kind of thing that, like, I don't know if you could. People come in and out of that show, but legends are made, you know, and like a lot of the world that I've been kind of looking for in media or on comedy shows or in podcasts have fallen by the wayside with me. As I'm spiritually growing, I feel like my taste changes. And my taste changes because I can't deal with things that are inauthentic or are passive aggressive
Yeah.
or things like that are frivolous, or like just hearing people talking about random topics. Like, I don't need more information.
Yeah.
More information's hurting us.
Yeah.
I feel like we know too much. Like you were saying, you've seen so much.
We've never had, I mean,
But
we're
with
not
Kill Tony,
supposed
it's
to be able
different,
to
you
ask
know?
a phone something and give us an answer. Like, it's
Right.
just not supposed to happen
Well,
like
and that's
that,
the thing.
that
is,
fast.
Like, and those phones, it's almost like it's a passive aggressive thing to own a phone because it's called a smartphone, and it's the thing that we all, if we forget something, we have to look on
Where's
it.
the phone?
Yeah, so we're constantly diminishing ourselves and our own intelligence by having this smarter version of us next to us that we have to have. And so it's like this new dependency.
Yeah, it's like, well, if I don't know, this will know. And like, exactly,
Right,
like, or
right.
it's exactly.
giving
it's
away your power, like, you know.
so much so where you click a button and they bring you like the craziest food you're not supposed to eat. Like, when I
Right.
moved into my new apartment, I looked at how much I spent on to go. It's just because you're in that, it happens, right?
Yeah,
we all,
sure.
and it's so hard, but it's like, it's a practice. It's just a practice. I'm at the point again now, like I've been fasting the last couple of days where it's like, I don't want food. I just want
Wow.
water,
Isn't that a
bro.
trip?
Like, yeah.
It's a trip.
And to
because,
get back there is like, oh, I can see everything again.
Yeah.
When I was in that month of spending it on some shit and walking by a random pizza place and eating it and knowing that like your stomach's gonna feel like shit for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a drug, bro. It's like so much heroin just flying in everyone's face left and right, and we're just eating it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa. Even like I have to take so many breaks. Like, apologize for everyone when I take time and messages and shit, but like sometimes my hand hurts just sitting there like
does.
replying to everybody. I've never missed one message.
Yeah,
It's
me
like,
too.
and I love that. I love that people who follow me can have access to talking to me because like I wanted that. Honestly, what I'm realizing too is like I'm only becoming the person that I wanted to be, like that I needed when I was little. Like, I need this cool guy to hang out with me and do this, and it's like, well, why don't you just be that? And like now my mission is like doing this 5 years now and seeing that it can actually be something. Like, I want like the little like Mexican version of me that's somewhere out like in the valley still or wherever he is to just be like, yo, you came from the same place we did and you can do that? Like, yes, bro. And I also changed the food that we're eating. And at some point, like, I want to build something that have access to people to come and like a community, bro. Like, you know, I want to help as many people as I can, but I've also like I hurt myself so many times by not helping myself. And I'm like learning, oh shit, the more I help myself, the more sleep I get, the better I eat. Like my antenna is actually like attracting the right people now, what I want to be around. And like you said, our taste is like changing for stuff as we get older. And it's like,
I mean, I get really into things, and then all those things have fallen off. Like in the last 5 years, I'll get into watching a show. Oh, this is my new thing. And then it's fallen off. But this is the one show where, like you said, it's exciting every week.
Yeah.
And people, you know, like people get into the politics aspect of Tony's voting for Trump or whatever, or speaking at the convention or whatever. And it's like, the way I put it is, if there was a skate park that had been designed by somebody, and mostly we saw eye to eye, but there was a couple things where we didn't, and they voted differently than me, would I stop going to the skate park, or would I throw out everybody that's ever gone through the skate park that became really great?
Yeah.
Because of the person who owns it voted differently.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I wouldn't. You know, and it's really exciting, a skate park. The guy has created something where people are coming and doing tricks all fucking day.
That guy just did a double backflip. Yeah, like
totally.
what the fuck?
And then they go off and they become universes of themselves. You know, each one of these stars.
Yeah.
But it's a place where that happens. So that's why I don't trip on any differences I might have with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, but especially Kill Tony.
Yeah, and that's mostly why I show up. Aside from, I mean, honestly, like, I like showing up as like the sober guy sometimes. I mean, like, you know, California sober, but like I like showing up, and I feel like,
dude, you're that guy that some people might be looking to in the room who is sober,
that need a little bit.
That's like looking at it but hasn't accessed it, hasn't told you yet. But you've been that sober presence in the room, and they're paying attention.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I'm never gonna be the one to be like, I know I helped, but it's like, I know I've been in moments and those nights at Mitzi's where I'm like, I guess I'll go home. Wait a second, just stay a little longer. I had so many moments where I'm like, somebody asked, like, hey man, how do you do it? Like when you don't drink. I'm like, bro, it sucks. Just don't do it. Like, how about while we're here, just get a water and let's see how we feel. That conversation is kind of like how we had on the phone. It turns into like 2 hours, and I'm like,
dude, and it's with yourself.
Told you. Like, you know,
like you're guiding yourself in those moments to stay. Like there's an impulse to go. But you're guiding yourself to stay.
I feel those all the time, bro. And it's happened like.
That means you can trust your mind. I mean, maybe you haven't been able to your whole life.
Go deeper with that is what I need. Yeah. That's what I'm learning. As honestly, though, about 2.5 weeks ago, my last ketamine session, what it told me then was like, you need like a break, and then you also need to go way deeper. There's something, that concrete wall, I saw it again, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And now I'm like questioning it, but I am a little like one step higher, but there is that barrier again. And I'm like, okay, I'm not so scared anymore and like ashamed, mostly because I can see this last 5 years I was scared and ashamed, and this is what I built. What can the next 5 years be with being comfortable with this shit? Well, that's where I'm at. Within like 2 months, I've been practicing that, and I feel like that's how, dude, we reach to each other. Is I want to go. I need to go deeper in that. Like,
we'll talk plenty when this recording's over and in the future about all that, because it is a very interesting thing that you've been brought into my life at this time. Because I'm the guy they bring in to go deeper with.
Yeah, well, you know? That's what is like. It still gives me that feeling of like when I told you on the phone, like, yo, dude, I feel like I know you, and I feel like if this was presented like a month ago, I don't know how I would respond. I wouldn't think I would have sent that message to you. Like, I was in a different headspace a month ago. I was like a lot darker for me. Like, am I going to make it? This kind of feeling. And like still putting on this fucking face of like, yeah, you're fine. And show up on Mondays and just keep doing this and keep doing this. Should I ask? No, fuck that. Just do this. And then getting past that, like that break. And then it's like, oh fuck, I'm free again, and I'm playing, and next week I'm messaging you, and it's like, you're the one I'm supposed to link with. And it was a matter of like, stop like hurting yourself by searching and blaming and this, and it's like, just let go, and what you need will come to you. Yeah, man. Just as all these other things have, bro. Like, it's a flow.
You're an incredible guy.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I'm really honestly on a mission to like believe that, you know, like,
you're helping a lot of people. I mean, this token, this talisman, this symbol of accomplishment of being on Kill Tony. It gives people a lot of hope. It's an aspirational thing that people hope to get. You know, you're giving people hope in the day-to-day to one day be on there and get one of these things.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's moments like these. Like if I would have been told that a month ago, I would have been like, okay, cool, see ya, bro. And like, but now it's like thank you for like saying that, because like I have like I'm starting to see it and believe it, and like all these stories have been shared with me with people who have won a book or have want one, and like I get messages just to talk about how they feel sometimes, bro. And I don't have to sell you something if you're
The
gonna message
ASMR
me.
quality.
Yeah, like I honestly get a lot of questions asked, and I'm not afraid to answer it. And I tell a bunch of people like, hey, if you need anything, just hit me up. Like, or like, I'm sorry you're going through this right now. I'm sorry your dog died. I'm sorry somebody passed away. Can I make a journal for you? Or like, they didn't pay anything. Just like, if it helps, how can I help you?
Yeah.
And like having like a little bubble for myself to be like, I know how I can be helpful. I know when to step away a little bit more. I know these things a little bit more, and like this is starting to happen. I need to go deeper.
Nice, man.
Because it'll fucking come so much more, and like it'll just be the next step, the next phase of my life. Like not what I need. It's more like that's what you're supposed to be doing right now, and you're at the time of your life to start doing that. And it's gonna mean so much more. I'm so appreciative. Like everything that I touch and own in my house is like I worked hard to do this, and like I love that I am me. I love me. Wouldn't change anything.
Dude.
I only want to change like diets, types of water that I drink,
Yeah.
clothes that I buy. Like,
Right,
those
right.
things. It doesn't, that stuff, change it. Fuck it. Like,
What a beautiful story.
and then the other part is let's go deeper to the unknown. Show me stuff that I don't know, please. Like that's what I want, like a purpose.
I call it Mother Unknown because it's birthed everything.
Yeah.
It just births everything that we love. And so it's like been a mother to me, you know? You brought one of the books?
This is the one that I brought for Coulter.
Let's see it.
I have stuff for you.
Yeah?
But I also don't like rushing my shit. This is the
Good,
one I
good,
got
good.
made, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Can we see it?
yeah.
Can you see?
You should show it
Yeah.
because the lighting.
Oh, yeah, the light.
This is,
From his camera.
so like him, I just loved how his style is kind of always like,
Coulter Jacobs.
it's very Coulter Jacobs, bro. Like in that panther that he does too all the time with like the
Yeah.
traditional tattoo style.
Yep.
I just started researching. I was like, how I want to make one without the head, because that kind of means that you're like even more fierce than I think.
Right.
And then like,
Eagleless.
yeah, and I just kind of had some fun with it, but I wanted to make him. I haven't made one this size in almost a year and a half, just because like I had to stop making these sizes because like it just the flow of you guys like hitting me up for these things was just too much. At one point, I'm like, wait, I can't make this size anymore. These are accessible. These are easy to make. Let's go over here. So it was super fun for me to be like, let me try to make this again, and like for somebody special, for this special moment, and have him like be able to like just fill it up and do something with it. But more than that, like smell it, feel it, read it, like whatever you need to do, kind of just like have it available. And then I also did images upside down. That way he's like, there's
Headless
no
Panther.
wrong way to hold it. Like either way, it's going to look kind of cool.
Dude, it's so sick.
Just like all his paintings. Like, and then on the
So
pages, this is the first time I actually went a little crazy with like these things.
Nice.
Because like nothing's fucking beautiful, bro.
Man,
And like
he's
the
gonna love
stain,
that.
normally for a client, I would redo the pages and whatever.
And you guys are back-to-back episodes.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I wanted this to be the ugliest, most real, lovable thing that he can have and
Nice.
use, maybe. And then like yours, I have a few pieces that I'm gonna be sending you. Or if you end up coming to Austin, we'll get you doing the show and you can check out
when
the
I
shit.
come to Austin, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
come,
gonna-
please.
Yeah, I
Like,
will.
we should do like the next episode together, like at my place or some
Nice.
shit. Yeah,
That'd be sick.
that would be really. And then we can finish it off by going to a show or something. Like,
Sweet.
I'd love to take you guys.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like
That'd be a dream.
anything that I can share, I'm here, man. Like
Beautiful.
art, the stuff that I'm capable of, anything that we share from this moment on, it's all just pure love, bro. Like, I know we're the type that we don't owe each other anything
Right.
other than like
Right.
maybe you surprise each other and like do what friends are supposed to do.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
like what humans are here. Like,
That not owing
elevate
aspect
each
of
other.
friendship
Yeah.
is like how I roll now in every case. I don't put anybody in a situation where they're going to have to answer to me.
yeah, I mean,
know?
it's like the same thing with me. It's like, just know that next time I see you, you're going to hear like a cool story from me, or I'm waiting to see what happened to you.
That's right.
And I hope that whatever I gave you the last time I saw you helped, and like whatever, we're going to find something new. And it's got to be this ladder. Like, because if you're going to stay there, bro, I'm going to keep going here and I'm just going to be like, come, like, there's nothing stopping you. Yeah. I'll come down at any point just because I got an elevator to go right back up now. And there's a lot of stairs, but like, I'm almost at penthouse right now for myself. There's an elevator available to like, for me, just as a person, I'm a very empath. I'll drop down. What do we got to do? Let's find a fucking mission. And like, just know, like, if you're going to do this by yourself, you're going to feel like you're alone, which is perfect. Stay more in that. But I got you. Like,
I love that it's like you were describing it like a ladder. You know, that's what elevating relationships should be.
It's got to be a ladder.
Absolutely.
I mean, it has to be. How do we both like?
Well, people are taking the escalator mostly. They're just
going. And that's okay. There's some what I'm learning that's okay for some people.
Sure.
And I actually have recently been like, okay, like, hey, oh my God, why was I so like, no, you gotta, dude, you're not gonna change it. Right. Homeboy thrives off of that. There's something in there. There's some beauty in that. Maybe I need to slow down a little bit. Like, I'm always searching to like, what can I learn from your experience type shit, you know, like it's just not going to be the same as mine.
Right.
Nothing is.
Man, this is the kind of qualifications you're talking about. I consider it also a prayer for everybody to investigate what the meaning of friendship is, what the meaning of connection is, and explore beyond what they've recorded in their mind, because there's fresh intelligence on the subject, and there's fresh practitioners of the subject of friendship and going deep, you know, spiritually, and what that means, that are outside of the realms of people's, you know, prior context. Yeah. So
I mean, I honestly try to have somebody around me that reminds me about that at all times, or on the way I've found is like, because it's hard for me to be around a lot of people, which I've learned to be okay with too. I'm just like, I like going out, but I also love being by myself, like, and learning how to be okay with that. But like, when I'm like, no one's the same, they're all different, is that when I'm making these fucking things, it's like every piece of leather that I've bought is so different. Like, you know, and every book that I make with the same image is different. And like, every time I smell it, I'm in a different spot. Everything is just different. I have to always figure out like the meaning in anything that I do. I find the meaning in like the smallest things right now, because it just means the most.
And I'm not satisfied unless I go like, oh, you figured out that. Well, what's underneath that? Okay, can we go underneath that? Okay, good. What else is there?
And
But
there's something else there. Yeah.
Like you can't ever settle.
No, it's kind of like, you know, the trees, how they expand like the family roots this way.
Yeah.
It's like, don't forget that like down here too.
Right.
And then the way these trees work,
see underneath.
They have the biggest connection,
right,
more than what's on top.
That's right.
Underneath the ground, way more. Just the same way as like, we know more about space than we do about the fucking ocean.
That's right. I say that all the time. That's so true.
The deeper you go, there's still, I follow all this crazy bullshit on this phone that we're trying to stay away from, but it's inspiring too, right? There's like it's a tool.
It is.
It's just like the alcohol and these other things. Like, how long are you gonna use it, and how fucking much are you gonna do it? Like, you can do that thing till the battery is sucked dry, bro. If you want, you know, it's there. Whatever. Yeah. But when I'm on these pages, it's like new fish found. The fuck? They're still finding things like weird blob of thing that's alive.
Or that fish that goes from one sex to the other. It can change its sex.
Yeah, just
those deep water fish.
Yeah, just cool.
Gotta watch out for them deep water fish.
Hey, they're out there, boy. They say there's plenty of fish out there. There's plenty of fish out there, for sure. And they fucking find any hole to swim into if they.
Hey man, great meeting you.
Honestly, this has been just so like healing, perfect, everything. Where we are, these chickens, like I remember you guys saying that there's pigs over here too. Like this is just perfect. So thank you too, man. Like honestly, thank you so much.
And you're one of the only people I can imagine who could have a chicken jump up here, and both of us didn't break our break our conversation at all. We didn't act like it was even there. I mean, for much of it, like you just kept your concentration.
You just want to go that way. I'm like, okay,
dude,
cool.
that's like
I love it.
Yeah. That's
Actually, I'm not
mindfulness.
gonna
That
lie.
is-
On the way over here, I said out loud, "This is gonna sound crazy because it's happened before. I hope an owl lands on my shoulder in the middle of this interview." Because when I moved to Austin, an owl landed on my leg.
And that's God's joke, you know. It's like, hey, you want an owl, you get a chicken,
get a
but you got to be in on the
chicken.
joke.
And
That's all. You got something.
So the fucking what came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken came first. In my opinion, right now, he definitely came first right now.
Yeah. Thanks for being here,
Dude,
man.
thank you too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Look forward to many, many more. Like
yeah, same.
recordings, experiences, places we eat, whatever we
Likewise,
share with
man.
each other, bro. It's always gonna be that thing for us.
We're
Like,
set loose on the world.
yeah, I really do feel it.
Yeah, me too, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.